Hey Funko lovers, it's another episode of the Funko Friends podcast. I'm your host Johnny Funko with my co-host Eva Kine.
Hey there, guys.
And today on episode 63, we have the amazing
Steve Jobler from the part 2 of Dangerous Strollers, the better half of Dangerous Strollers.
Oh, I'd like to think so. I don't know. He might be neck and neck.
Look, I'm totally kidding. Welcome, good to see you and good to see the chat. Hope everybody's having a lovely weekend so far.
Yep.
And we're going to get into some questions.
So how did you come up with your YouTube name?
Well, I think it started with, I don't know, Duke might have came up with his first as a Dangerous Duke. And I just wanted something totally the opposite of that. So I wanted to think of like the most harmless thing because he was dangerous. And so I came up with Jobber because jobbers in wrestling are like always the fall guys and they never win anything. And it just became like a perfect mix.
I love that. Yeah, no, it's a very unique name. I don't think I know anybody else that has the name Dangerous Jobber.
Yeah.
It's a very cool. Shall we say hi to the chat?
Yeah, say hi to the chat.
Okay, guys. Tonight we have joining us Shorty's Adventures. Nice to see you. Baby Ice, Horror Collector Fiend, Arcade Pop, and Simon.
Hey, Simon.
Welcome, guys.
What made you want to create a YouTube channel and your podcast?
Well, it was really more of Mrs. Jobber's idea because me and Duke hang out so often and we talk so long about wrestling to just us. Mm-hmm. She just suggested one day, like, you guys could do a podcast just talking about wrestling because you talk about it for hours.
Right.
And I was like, well, I had been thinking about it, and the more we had these conversations, it became like now it just makes sense to do it. So, let's give it a shot, you know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say hi to Thomas Chavez. I hope. Welcome, Thomas.
And we want to congratulate you on getting married.
Oh, yes. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you, guys.
You have some really nice pictures. You guys look very happy.
Thanks.
That's very awesome.
Yeah. It was cool.
Congrats to that. What's it feel like to be a married man now?
It feels good.
It's good?
It feels good.
Oh, that's good.
How was your honeymoon?
Might be more days than not. Great. Peaceful. We were like in the mountains of Virginia.
Oh, nice.
So we're just away from everything.
Oh, that's sick.
That's really cool. Love that.
What YouTube channels do you like and look up to?
Do I like and look up to?
Yeah.
Well, currently one of the ones there's big and small, right?
Right.
So I have some that are the wrestling podcasts I used to listen to years ago. So I look up to them as kind of like people that are already doing something that I'm trying to do now.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's just channels I've kind of met along the way since we started being on YouTube. Like you guys and Indeed and people that have been on YouTube just kind of doing their thing for a while. I looked up to them because it's still hard sometimes trying to find out how to grow.
Right.
So
I see. You ever heard of the podcast by True Geordie? True Geordie?
No, I haven't heard of that one.
Okay, I think he does wrestling as well. You've heard of him?
I've heard of him, yeah.
Yeah, he does some stuff on wrestling and whatnot. But yeah, if you're interested, maybe I think he's a UK guy. Right.
Oh.
So yeah, True Geordie. If you're interested.
Yeah, I'll check that out.
Okay.
How long have you been making podcasts for?
So far, I think this is coming to the end of our second year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We just got past 100 episodes.
Oh, congrats.
Which was cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You
Um,
never really realize how long they are until you get there and you're like, oh, this has been a long time to
Yeah,
hit this number.
yeah.
So
absolutely.
it's pretty cool.
Awesome.
Do you have a TikTok account? If you do not, if you do or do not,
Would you start one?
would you start one?
Yeah, I started our TikTok. It's gonna get better now that all the craziness of the wedding has happened.
Yeah.
But I did. I started the TikTok a few months ago. So we started it this year. We started a few months ago
Right.
before we had a big interview with the indie wrestler because
Mhm.
I just heard about like how much reach TikTok gets these days.
Oh
Yeah.
And I
yes.
was like, I have to do it, if anything, for the podcast rather than for me, just to see
Right.
what I can do. And it's pretty cool. Like I still haven't gotten the hang of it, but
Yeah.
getting the gist of how fast things can get viewed, TikTok definitely seems like a great place to put a lot of promotion in.
Right.
Okay. I might just because I'm still getting used to TikTok myself. I haven't
Yeah.
really posted anything yet. I'm still learning. Oh wow, I can have pretend like I have like all this makeup on, or I can pretend to look a certain way or whatever. So I'm still navigating it myself. But every time I talk to somebody, they're like for promotions or for podcasts, or
Yeah.
you can get a lot of exposure there for and learning to find new people and to have on
Mhm.
your podcast. So thank you for saying that's what you're doing as well. That
Yeah,
you're
yeah. No, because
very
what I heard was that it's a great platform because it kind of brings into your timeline all the things you actually care about.
Mhm.
okay.
So it kind of does the finding your community for you,
I kind of like that, to be honest.
right?
I
Yeah.
definitely like networking and all that stuff. So I don't particularly like to go out and because there's so many people out there and there's so much it's a lot.
Yeah.
So it
Mhm.
kind of helps along the way, which okay, I really like that. Oh, hold on, we got someone in the chat.
Okay.
Jovita Russell,
Welcome,
welcome,
new
Jovita.
friend,
Yes.
Mr. Awesome.
Oh, Mr. Awesome. Hey there.
So what's the roles for you guys? Who does what for the podcast? Like, do you book talent? Do you do the topics, or how's that process come about?
So we both work on notes through the week, and some weeks more than not, we usually compare notes, and whoever had the best notes that week or whoever watched more of that show
Mhm.
usually takes some of the big talks about it. So say that AEW had like a really good show this week,
Right.
and SmackDown and Raw on WWE are kind of weren't great, or they were kind of the same stuff as last week. If I saw more of AEW, I'd take most of the AEW topics,
Right.
and then we kind of leave the WWE stuff to go back and forth on.
Right.
I
Okay.
get it.
So
That's
it's all who had the stronger notes that week. Um,
Are you taking notes during wrestling, or you have it in your head and then you take notes after the wrestling is done?
so what it's changed over the years, because
Okay.
it used to be just watching it and then we'll take a few things and talk about them, here and there because we remember this good parts of the show.
Right.
And it used to be really jumbled because then you'd remember something good that you didn't have down. So what I do now usually is I see as much of the different shows as I can, and then the day before we pod, I'll put it all the highlights in like a YouTube reel,
Hmm.
and I'll go through them and take all the good stuff. That way I make
Right.
sure I know all the moments and I remember how I felt when I watched it the first time.
That's really
that's
good
good.
planning for doing a podcast. Getting all
Yeah.
your things and notes down. Very, very organized. Very cool way of doing it. Like that.
Yeah. Well, there's the fun part of it is there are also a lot of parts that are kind of just spur of the moment.
Mhm.
because at the start of all the regular pods, we have like a wrestler of the pod where we find an indie wrestler that we really like and
Mhm.
put them up to give them kind of a spot at the beginning of the show.
Right.
For people that are just looking for new wrestlers to be fans of.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's
And
really
yeah, and oftentimes I just find those guys the day of, or or I have to go back in them like Twitter and Instagram and all the different apps and kind of find a highlight I really liked and then
right.
go in to find who they are. Because there's too many
Oh,
wrestlers to keep track of all at
oh
once.
yeah.
So you
Right.
kind of leave little hints to go back to.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, I get what you're saying there.
We have a few
Yep.
comments.
A couple people in the chat. Hey there, Kenneth. Nice to see you tonight. And we have Emmy Tuesday. Hey, everyone, Mrs. Jobblers checking in from the other room. Hey, from the other room. So hey there. Thank you for joining us, Emmy.
Baby Ice says congrats.
Congrats.
Yep.
You're my boy Blue. Oh, that's Dangerous Jobblers.
Yeah.
Okay, Duke. How you doing, Duke?
Hey, dude.
Hey man.
Yeah, Baby Ice, congratulations, Stevie and Emmy, on your wedding.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Mr. Awesome says congrats too.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Thanks for the love, guys.
Okay, for our next question, what makes your podcast unique and special in your eyes?
Oh, sorry, I put YouTube
Oh,
channel.
okay, go ahead.
I think that what makes our pod special is just the fact that it's not holding any bias.
Right.
I mean, besides to like certain wrestlers that we love, but
Mhm.
it's not two AEW guys doing a pod about wrestling in general. It's not WWE guys doing a pod about wrestling.
Right.
It's all just takes from two fans that have watched it their whole lives that just really love it. So you're
Right.
getting genuine opinions about as much wrestling as we consume that week,
Mhm.
and whatever indie wrestlers we can get that we have had a pretty good eye on thus far, of like picking people that nobody knows and then them growing to a really big spot and us calling it the whole way. So like there's certain people that if you've heard us from the start and you've kept an eye on those people we mentioned, they're like really big now. And of course we don't have any credit for it because we just started 2 years ago. But you can
Right.
kind of tell like how deep into it we are.
Mhm.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You guys are very passionate. You can see that in the podcast. But you guys, just one little thing here.
Yep.
Okay, so Mr. Awesome's like, miss you too, Baby Ice. And then Baby Ice is like, smash that like button, everybody. And then Mr. Awesome's like,
Please.
not Johnny, though.
Oh, thanks. So we're gonna move out of those questions and jump into wrestling questions. You ready?
Oh, here we go. I'm ready.
You got this.
What is your favorite wrestler of all time?
Of all time,
Yes, all time.
Triple H.
Ooh, great.
Triple H is my favorite of all time. I think he's the best bad guy that's so good at being bad you almost love him for it.
Right.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
now that he's like running WWE, you can tell how passionate he is about it.
Yeah.
So you almost feel like you can fan out with him at times and it won't be weird.
I do love his format, and you can feel the difference
Yeah.
from
Mhm.
when Vince Vaughn was doing it. Did I say that
Mhm.
right?
McMahon.
Vince McMahon, sorry. Vince Vaughn, sorry. Oh, Vaughn, yeah, that's an actor, sorry.
No, yeah,
Vince-
that's a person.
It's a person, but wrong one. Vince McMahon did versus what Triple H is doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Really
total
big.
shift.
Do you like the shift too?
I do. I think he's made some choices. I think that over the years we're probably going to see some stuff that might be annoying here and there,
Yeah.
because we'll notice certain patterns. But I
Mhm.
think it's a good fresh start for now. You know,
Yeah.
so until it's long enough for us to see the cracks in the formula, where
Mhm.
we can just enjoy it being great every week.
I think we really needed the change, and he's being very smart about it. He's bringing social media into it, kind of. You know, Logan Paul and Jake Paul. That's bringing the younger crowd in.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
whether you hate them or like them,
Yeah.
they generate views.
Yep.
And not just that, though. I think that you mentioned this when we've had conversations about this, where Triple H probably has more respect for the wrestlers and trying
100%.
to, treat them right?
Yeah.
Definitely.
You agree with that, Stevie?
I definitely do. I think there were some people that when Vince was in charge, he just didn't care for. And he might not have really had a reason, but because he didn't care for that person, they just never got a fair shake at it.
I heard he generally liked the bigger wrestlers than the smaller wrestlers. He really was not a big fan of the smaller wrestlers.
Or give them the time of day.
Yeah. They had a whole show for a while that they just paid no attention to. That was all small people. So
yeah.
Just gonna say hi to the proper popper.
Hey, bro.
Hey.
I don't like what they did with Austin Theory.
Austin Theory.
Oh, well.
But it was the right move. It was the right move. They want to use him in a different way to elevate him. If he has that money in the bank, it's not going to take him anywhere right now.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
Statement.
I would say that. I would say that keep the faith. Hopefully, I'm hoping that there's some big payoff to this, because I agree they're not doing Austin Theory the best, but I think there's some long-term storytelling here somewhere, and we just don't know what it is yet. So keep the faith.
Keep the faith. Okay.
Okay, our next question is current favorite wrestler.
Superstar.
My current favorite wrestler? Oh man. I'll give you one on TV, and I'll give you one that's not on TV, or that is on TV, but not the main ones. So for somebody that's not on TV a lot, or not on the main TV, is somebody from the Samoan bloodline, under Roman and them. It's one of their cousins. His name's Jacob Fatu.
Okay.
That's my current favorite one that I go see live all the time. But as for one on TV, I think my current favorite guy, man, this is hard. I'm gonna say Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
Currently, he's my favorite, only because it's always fun whenever he's on TV.
Yeah,
he's just fun.
Okay.
It was
just fun.
Something big is gonna happen there,
I hope so.
I can feel it. Like they're gonna turn on him, or he's gonna go after Roman.
Because we thought, remember when he got the shirt?
Oh,
he's like, "Well, what part of your clan now?" Yay! I thought, they're gonna turn. They didn't, but I thought for sure. I was like, he's gonna get like his ass whooped. But yeah, he is always fun. Like when he comes out and stuff. I think he's such a goofball. I wish something good would happen for him besides just being.
I prefer him in
the
NXT.
Joker. Oh, you liked him in NXT.
I think.
Well, he was really good in NXT.
Yeah.
They haven't quite given him that credit here, but he was quite good in NXT. I do remember that.
Favorite current women's diva in wrestling?
No, division.
Sorry.
Favorite current one, Shayna Baszler. See, now that one's easy.
Sure.
I like Shayna. I've always liked Shayna, but I'm a UFC fan too.
Okay. Okay.
So I've been following her for years. So when she got into wrestling, I saw her when she was in UFC, and I always thought, man, her nickname, because her nickname back then was the Queen of Spades.
Right.
Yeah.
I always said, man, that'd be a great wrestling gimmick. So when I finally heard that she got into wrestling, I was like, this is what I've waited years for.
Right.
So I've been a fan of her ever since then.
She is brutal in the ring. I think that's why I have such a hard time. Like some of the things she's pulled. Didn't she rip a chunk of someone's neck out? I think it was.
I do remember that. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Bit somebody's neck.
Yeah.
It was Becky.
Becky Lynch.
It
You
was
sure?
Becky.
It was
It
Becky.
was Becky.
I remember that.
Oh, I was like, this girl is brutal, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, she's a good fighter. She's very entertaining. So yeah, but I find her really brutal.
No, understandable. Some of
Yeah.
the stuff she used to do looked really, really crazy
Damn, son.
before
It's-
you realized it was safe.
Until you realize it's safe. If that was like, say that actually really happened, oh my god.
Duke
Yeah.
said, at least he didn't say Rhonda.
Rhonda? Oh, okay. I like Rhonda though, and she was in UFC as well.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I really
she's
do
somebody I
like.
like too.
Favorite women's wrestler of all time?
Of all time?
Hmm.
Oh man. I don't know if I've ever really thought about it. My favorite women's wrestler of all time. It's tough. Man, I don't want to go. Part of me wants to say Lita right off the bat.
You like Lita, don't
I
you?
feel like everyone always says Trish or Lita. But it's true. Lita was like, she was
Yeah.
like the coolest.
Oh, 100%. So our next question is WrestleMania or SummerSlam?
SmackDown. Sorry, SmackDown.
Hmm?
SmackDown.
And why?
No, it's supposed to be SmackDown.
It says SmackDown.
Sorry, not SmackDown. Something.
Raw.
No, it was
WrestleMania or SummerSlam?
SummerSlam.
You sure?
Yes.
WrestleMania or SummerSlam. And why? WrestleMania.
Yeah.
It's sad to say. It's sad because I feel like it's an answer that like is questionable because sometimes WrestleMania is not always the way you want it to be.
Right.
But there's just more moments. Like I remember a lot about SummerSlam, but there's so many moments from WrestleMania
Yeah.
from over the years that are just moments in time.
I'm just thinking back. I'd agree with that are more memorable anyway.
Yeah, that are more memorable. Like I'm sure there's a lot of stuff at SummerSlams that you remember if somebody tells you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can go back and remember that moment, but there's moments from WrestleMania that you just remember, like that happened at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
So
You feel that way too?
I do.
Alrighty.
Favorite tag team belt of all time doesn't need to be in WWE in general.
favorite tag team belt?
Yeah, belt, the style.
Mr. Austin's.
Okay, so oh wow, and tag team belt too. That's specific. So let's say my heart is telling me that there were these old blue WWE tag belts
Okay.
that were around the time that the Hardy Boys and the Dudleys and Edge and Christian were all there, and they were all changing tag team wrestling as we know it.
Right.
Those blue belts they had back then were really cool.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I would go with that because they bring back memories. Those belts.
Right. I get that. I that was my era of wrestling as well.
Mm.
It says you mean the WCW belts. That's what Mr. Austin said.
The WCW belts. The WCW tag belts were cool. I mean, I don't know. I didn't get to see it live,
Right.
so I can't speak for that. But the designs were cool. I like the old TNA tag belts too. Those look pretty cool back then.
Yeah.
You know what he's talking
Yeah.
about?
Yep,
Which
I do.
belts?
Yep.
Okay.
Least favorite superstar of all time.
My least favorite superstar of all time.
Wrestler.
It's interesting. Who did I really, really hate? Like genuinely did not like. Man, it's hard because once you realize it's like part of their job,
Yeah.
then it's like admirable that you hate them.
Oh, I see.
so,
Yeah.
so to pick somebody I just generally did never liked is
So
hard.
is okay. So fake hate them or fake
Fake
dislike.
hated?
Yeah, like you don't actually, but you not
Oh
exactly.
man. I'll say it's a tie because at one point I really, really, really hated Kurt Angle.
Right.
Oh,
And then at one point I remember really, really hating Seth Rollins.
oh,
And
Yeah.
it's
I
kind
didn't
of, I
say that.
mean, Kurt I hated longer, but I think I hated them both about the same amount.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest
Because
fan of Kurt Angle.
they were just so entitled, both of them.
Yeah.
Entitled? Oh
They
yeah.
were so good, but they were so like not shy about it. you know, it
Very
was just
comfortable about it.
it's
Yeah.
terrible. And Seth used to have this laugh, this like bad guy cackle
Oh yeah.
that was just like so obviously fake, and I hated it. I hated it so much.
Favorite WrestleMania moment?
Oh man. Um wow, these are surprisingly really hard questions. Like, this is my favorite WrestleMania moment.
There's a lot to pick from.
Mine was Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. That match it always
Ooh,
sticks.
the very first one.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
okay. I do remember that vaguely. That was a
That
while
was
back.
really good.
When I just could, yeah, I remember very vaguely.
That whole saga was really good. Taker and Shawn, and then Taker and Hunter.
Mhm.
Man, they were really good.
Hey there, Sharon.
Hey Sharon.
Thanks for joining us tonight.
Somebody said Austin Aries. Um,
Yeah, Mr. Awesome, Austin Aries.
I'll say my favorite WrestleMania moment. Man, this is hard to really be. Man, let's go with Batista versus Triple H at WrestleMania. So
Remember
this
that
is
one?
good.
That was before your
This is
time.
good.
Performance?
This was good. This was a weird time, and it was the same year that John Cena had won his first world title. They literally their careers paralleled for like the longest time.
Right.
Oh,
Because it was like a passing of the torch year where
okay.
Triple H got beat by Batista and John beat JBL, I think.
Okay.
And they both won the world title that year. Yeah. That year or the year Batista fought The Undertaker. Because they
Okay.
were like throwing people at each other. And I thought it was the coolest thing. Like,
I wish I would have seen the.
Duke says WrestleMania 21.
WrestleMania 21. WrestleMania 21 was the greatest. That was the year Edge won Money in the Bank.
Oh, that's sick.
Okay.
Yeah.
We also got Hogan slamming Andre is a classic moment.
Yeah, but they like their older wrestling.
Yeah.
I think that's cool. Hogan and Andre. Wow.
That
I
was
would have loved to
that was
see
a
that.
big moment.
You saw that one
It
too?
was.
I didn't, but I've seen like
Oh, like
clips.
Yeah,
recaps?
the highlights.
Yeah.
Okay.
Favorite
Matt?
match of the year so far.
Favorite match of the year so far?
Yeah.
It's my favorite match of the year so far. I watched too many matches, man. Let me think. What happened this year?
My match is Cody versus Seth.
When his whole
Oh,
friggin'
yeah.
arm.
Ooh, that Helen is. Yeah, that's probably match of the year.
Yeah.
That's probably match of the year because it was already they had already had two really, really good matches.
Right.
So you knew the third one was going to be great, and I had been calling those two together being magic from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Because I always thought those were two guys that were really good in the ring telling a story.
Right.
Okay.
So it was already really good after the first two matches, and then you heard he was injured. So you're like, all right, I wonder what they're gonna do. And then you saw his arm, and you were like, oh no,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. It was
oh
so
no.
brutal.
And then they went 20 minutes, and you were like, how is he doing this? What is
Right.
happening?
I was feeling for him for sure.
Yeah, man.
Emmy, she says the Miz and Shane McMahon match a few years ago was mwah.
Yes,
It's good.
yes. I
And then we
remember
got,
that. We watched that together. That was amazing.
oh, you like that one too?
Yeah.
And then Mr. Austin says Gunther and Sheamus on Clash of Castle, close second.
They were, yeah, that's a close second. They tore the house down. Yeah, they went to war.
Hey,
Hey there, Funko Illuminati. Jinx,
Yeah.
you soda water.
Favorite piece of merch you own, if any?
Favorite piece of merch I own. This one's easy. Okay, so
Wait,
and this is terrible again because I have oh man. Okay.
sorry.
So I've met a lot of indie wrestlers over the past 2 years that we've been doing this.
Right.
So I'm thinking about it, and now it's getting more complicated. But I'll go with, because it's either
We heard that.
I can hear her laughing from the other room, in my opinion, as I'm trying to figure this out. So my first answer was going to be, I have a jacket that Mrs. Jobber gave me, the one that you just heard laughing. She got me this jacket for Jacob Fatu, the indie guy that I really liked. And we saw him at a show, and he like pointed me out of the line as we were standing in line to get an autograph because he saw the jacket.
Yeah.
And he had been like looking everywhere for one, and he couldn't find one. So he saw me with the jacket, and he pointed me out and like high-fived me and almost broke my hand.
Oh,
And then he signed my jacket. So
Aw.
that one's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's good.
And I think I have a picture with this like legendary Japanese wrestler, Tajiri,
Mhm.
Oh, that's neat too.
That is
that I like really freaked out for, because he was there in like the era that me and Johnny used to watch wrestling. He was really big. He wasn't like a world champion in there at all, but he was like somebody that was always around somebody good.
right.
Oh, that's cool. I really love the first story though.
Yeah, that was
really
Yeah,
cool.
that's a great story.
By the way, though, it's not PDX. It's not PDX. It's Funko Illuminati.
Yeah, no, I got that.
Mr. Awesome's never gonna let you live that down.
Favorite finisher?
I've been debating this in my head. I might have argued with myself about it today. Currently, it's the old JBL clothesline.
Oh,
They used to call it the clothesline from hell.
Oh wow.
do you know that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of think it's like really underrated, but it always looks amazing. Like it hurt really bad. So there's never been, and it's only him that does it that way.
Right.
So
I have to go back and look because I don't.
yeah,
think-
no, if you find a highlight reel, it's just cringeworthy for maybe 20 seconds. Because he used to put his arm back so far.
Mr. Awesome, everybody says the stunner. Come on.
Stone Cold Stunner. I know that was pretty good.
Come on.
Everyone says the stunner though.
Okay, it's popular.
It is really it's a good move, but
Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. Love that for sure. I agree,
Nice.
Funko Illuminati.
do you think the women's wrestling should have more titles?
Do I think they should have more titles?
Yeah.
No. I think they should have more time, but not more titles. I
Okay.
think if they give the women enough time, they can create good stories around all their titles,
Right.
so they
Okay.
won't need more to make them feel important.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That does make sense.
Good way of looking at it.
Favorite pay-per-view of all time?
My favorite pay-per-view of all time, probably the Royal Rumble.
Royal Rumble, man.
Royal Rumble is my favorite too.
Easily,
Okay.
easily,
Yeah,
because it's just the feeling of when guys used to come out of nowhere.
yeah,
They don't do it as much, but back in the day,
yep. I
the
agree.
people that have just appeared at a Royal Rumble that you remember from forever ago is always awesome.
Oh
Right.
yeah.
So,
The element of surprise.
yes.
What is your favorite wrestling promotion?
Almost.
Yeah.
Oh, promotion. My favorite wrestling promotion. I can actually answer that first one too. I'm probably giving my favorite wrestling promo. My favorite promotion is WWE. I can't even pretend to come up with a different one. It's definitely that one. I mean, Impact Wrestling, or TNA Wrestling as it used to be called, might be a close second, just because they were the first time I discovered that there was something besides WWE.
Mhm.
But it's definitely WWE.
Okay.
You agree?
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
Favorite theme song?
Favorite theme song. I don't even know if I should say this. Do you remember Billy Gunn's theme song?
No.
No? Okay. So I
Getting
won't.
Billy
I'll
Gunn
go
was-
with a different one. I'll go with
We should look it up after.
I'll go with Triple H's.
Oh, okay, I know.
No, maybe look it up
Triple H.
after. Maybe
Yeah.
look it up after. I'll go with Triple H's old theme song. Is used to be called My Time.
Right.
It was before the really big one that everybody knows. It was the theme song right before that.
Oh. Man.
Yeah, and I always thought that one was better.
Duke says
Is-
King of Kings by Triple H.
No, man, no. That was after he was already done being Triple H, really. I don't count that one.
Eddie Guerrero's theme was good.
Oh, that's a really good one too. Yes.
Yeah.
The bad guy Eddie Guerrero one where the phone rings at the beginning of the song.
Yeah.
If you really go look that up, anybody who likes wrestling, that's the one. That's the best version of Eddie's song.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine personally is D-Generation X. That's my favorite one.
Always.
Yes.
Right?
Always hits
the
somewhere-
spot.
hits the spot real hard. You know?
Yeah.
Least favorite theme song.
Easy. Right to Censor. It's a joke now between me and Duke because it's so annoying. But for anybody that doesn't know, there used to be this group that was kind of like the TV authority.
Mm-hmm.
After the network had sent WWE like a cease and desist on being too risky, they formed this group of just guys that were censoring everything. They called them Right to Censor. They came out like Men in Black, and their theme song was just like an alarm. It was like a car alarm that just would not go off.
Annoying.
Yes,
I know that
yes.
one. Yeah.
You knew them every time they came out because it was just the most annoying sound in the world, and it was loud and
so freaking annoying.
yeah.
Well, they did something right because it's stuck in your heads.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just gonna say,
Reef, what
hey
is
there,
good?
Yes, hey there, Reef.
Thank
And
Thank you for
sorry.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Thank you for the 22 people in the chat right now. We really appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Definitely.
And Luminati says least favorite theme song that would have to be Hulk Hogan's "I Am Real American."
I love that one.
That's a good pick, though. That's a good pick, though. Yeah, it's very easy to hate that song after you listen to it a lot.
I personally love
it. Okay.
But it was good. By itself, it's a good song.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most overrated wrestler.
Most overrated wrestler. I might have to pick a new one. It used to be John Moxley, but then he went to AEW and became John Moxley, and I was like, oh, I get it now. So I can't say John Moxley. Most overrated wrestler. Man, everyone's so good now. It's hard to say.
I'm kind of sick of Roman Reigns.
Man, oh no, he's the truth.
I'm sick of seeing him though, to be honest.
I'm hearing that opinion, but I gotta be honest with you. I'm all in. I love it. He's so evil.
He's been good.
I'm very Triple H is my favorite wrestler, so every bad guy has like a place in my heart, and he's true.
Okay.
So I can't go against Roman. I think the most overrated right now might be. Oh man, man, that is hard. Everyone's really good. Everyone's really good right now.
Okay.
All right, we can move on.
It's a hard pick. Yeah.
Best mic skills, in your opinion?
Ooh,
Like trash talk and
Roman. Definitely.
Roman Reigns.
Definitely.
I'll
Roman
give
or
him that.
MJF. Those are
Yeah.
my two.
Wait, is that Scarf Guy?
Yes, that's Scarf.
Yes,
Guy.
No.
that's the scarf
Oh
guy.
my god. Does that guy just drive me up the wall?
That's
He's
why.
so
That's
cocky.
what I'm saying.
Wait,
I know, but it's
That's
so-
it. That's how you
After a
know it's
while.
really working.
yeah.
Yep, he's
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Best ring gear.
Best ring gear. Best ring gear.
Your wife. I
Oh,
refuse to
man.
acknowledge him.
Yeah, she doesn't acknowledge him either. You're not alone.
Okay, good. Love you, Emmy.
Best ring gear. Is anybody really trying to have really good ring gear these days? I wish people would put more effort into ring gear.
Logan
I
Paul.
feel like
is-
not a lot of people do.
Yeah.
Right.
Darby Allin. I'll go with that.
Yeah, I like his stuff. Yeah.
Darby goes
Oh,
out
yes.
of his way to kind of really have something special.
Skateboard and his face makeup and just
Yeah.
very unique in his style.
Very unique.
And I'd also say, oh crap, what's his name now? We've been wanting to see him. We just were peeking earlier. It's scary with my girl that I just
Bray
brought.
Wyatt.
Thank you.
Bray
I-
Wyatt. Oh yeah. Bray
I
Wyatt
like
always
his
sounds
style
really good.
too.
Yeah.
He changes it up here and there, or maybe it's his personality more than his look.
Sometimes it's the best ones are a mixture of both, I think.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Who do you think would be the nicest wrestler in real life?
In real life.
Yeah.
Man.
They all
Who's
seem
really
really, nice.
nice in real life?
I heard Kevin Owens is really, really nice in real life.
Really, he
I
seems
could
like-
see that because I hear Sammy's like overly nice,
Oh, okay.
and since him and Kevin are best friends, I think he'd actually be a pretty cool guy in person.
Right.
You know who I'd say? I'd say I'm trying to think of a guy that's like bad on TV that's probably really nice if you meet him in person. I'd say The Miz.
Miss you. I've
The
seen him
Miz.
like on some of his
Reality.
Instagrams and stuff or whatever with his family.
Yeah.
He seems genuinely down to earth, even though his look is like cocky,
Yes.
whatever.
Yeah,
When he's
yes.
with his family, he seems very, very down to earth and sweet.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
his little girls, I think.
Yeah. Me and Mrs. Jobber love watching the TV show. It's like the only wrestling reality show we actually watch.
It's
But-
Miz and
Miz and Mrs.
Miz and Mrs. the series, right? I haven't seen it yet, but
It's funny. It's
it's
funny.
good?
Yeah. It's hilarious.
Favorite heel?
My favorite heel of all time or just right now?
We can say all time.
All time favorite heel? Randy Orton.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Randy Orton?
Randy Orton. Randy
You like him?
took
Yeah.
Randy kind of took being evil to a new level.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Triple H was already pretty bad himself, but Randy kind of took it up a notch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he got to a place where it was just like he was
Oh,
almost
yeah.
like the Joker.
Yeah, and when he like went against I think it was Edge, was it? When we saw that and
Oh,
he
yeah.
like slammed him, I was
Yo,
like,
you're tearing up.
I was
Yeah.
like, what?
You know, the worst part about it is like you could see it coming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of.
Like he's so naturally evil, you just expect him to turn on people.
Yeah, I
It's
was,
just-
I was still like, no, he's not that evil, no way. And then boom, there it is.
every time. I think that's the best thing about him is that when you think he can't get any lower, there he goes.
Yeah. Jesus Kingdom says Goldberg.
Goldberg, for sure. I see
Oh man. Oh, Duke said he thinks Dom would be polite. Dominic
Oh, I see that.
Mysterio.
Yeah.
I can see that. I can see Dom being like actually really nice. Yeah.
Wrestler you could beat.
Wrestler I could beat?
Yeah.
Who's a wrestler I could beat? Man, that's tough. That's tough.
How about King Corbin?
No. Corbin would destroy me. He's so tall.
True.
I might be able to beat Dolph. Because everyone beats Dolph. I'll find out. Somebody in the back will tell me how they always beat Dolph. He can't seem to win anything.
He's still worried about his beautiful hair.
I liked him back in the day. He was
he used to be really well. He's still really good. It's just nobody cares.
Is, but they're not. Yeah. Biggest missed opportunity for a storyline.
Biggest missed opportunity for a storyline. Okay, so before the bloodline was the bloodline, right?
Yeah.
Jay and Roman had this big start of it where Jay lost at the end and he kind of became Roman's right-hand man by force, almost. Like as part of the loss, he had to be by his side.
Right.
I think they missed a big opportunity to just have Jay be a main eventer because for the first time away from his brother, you really saw him and how good he was on his own.
Right.
I think they kind of missed the opportunity there.
Right.
And now he's just another tag team guy. I mean, he's one of the best tag team guys, but he's still a tag team guy.
It'd be nice to see him kind of branch out on his own.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which wrestler should turn heel at this point?
At this point,
yeah,
that's an important part of that. Who should turn heel at this point? I think that who does nobody pay attention to anymore?
Ricochet.
I was just about to say that. You're reading my mind. That's freaky. Cool. Definitely Ricochet.
We've said this a lot in the past, though.
I always loved Ricochet, and he just never seemed to get a good shot at it. And he got so bland being like literally the superhero guy.
Yeah.
I was like, man, at this point, he should just be a bad guy.
He's talented, though.
He's so talented. And everybody loved him before he got there.
Yeah.
The Rock loved him. Like, everybody loved him. Mm-hmm. And then he just kind of went nowhere because Vince doesn't like small guys.
Yep.
Okay.
So he didn't get it. And now he's just so bland. It's like, yes, you're amazing, but nobody cares because everybody's amazing now. So
he needs a fresh start with a new gimmick because his high flying moves are like out of this world.
Yeah.
So good, but
he just needs a good heel turn.
Yeah. Okay. I agree.
Favorite wrestling podcast / YouTube channel.
Excuse me.
Favorite wrestling podcast / YouTube channel. Wow. I listen to I have a lot of wrestling podcast friends. Let me not be biased. I'm gonna go with Wrestle Talk from the UK so that I don't get in trouble with anybody. No, but I do listen to them a lot though.
Right.
Yeah, I listen to their podcast.
I'm just gonna say, Dangerous said missed opportunity was Alpha Academy managed by Kurt Angle, Team Angle 2.0.
Oh, super big loss there.
Okay.
Yeah, they messed up with that a couple times though, because Chad Gable used to get chants like he was gonna be the next Kurt Angle.
Right.
Yeah.
And they used to have this storyline where they were gonna find out Kurt had a kid.
Oh yeah.
And everybody wanted it to be Chad Gable, but it ended up being like his tag partner.
Mhm.
Big missed opportunity there.
100%.
Big missed opportunity.
All right, just gonna say adios to Sharon, Pops and Plants. Thank you for joining us.
Adios.
Hopefully you have a nice night.
Last wrestling question from us. Favorite submission?
Favorite submission?
Mm-hmm.
It's my favorite submission.
Hey, Mr. Crispers. Yay.
I'm gonna go with the crossface. You see Daniel Bryan do it now. He calls it something like the label lock, I think is what they call it now.
Yeah.
But back when I was watching, it used to be the crossface. Yeah, where you like you trap their arms in your leg and you kind of take your hands and like I can't describe it.
Like a lock, sort of.
Yeah, but it's like a face lock.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that used to be one of my favorite ones to see growing up, because the guy that used to do them used to tear people up. You know, they tap out in like 5 seconds, and then Daniel Bryan brought it back, and it was just cool to see.
Right.
It always looked like it hurt.
Okay, Mr. Crispers has a question.
Yeah.
Here's a good question for Jobblers. If Johnny and Dee were in a Hell in the Cell, who would win? Have to pick.
Johnny and Dee we're in a Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, just because I'm little doesn't mean I'm not tough.
She can climb, man. People get away with, flying off stuff all the time. Man, don't make me choose, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. It depends on what they wore to the fight.
Okay.
Whoever's more taped up and like ready for a beating, I'm picking that person.
No, we've wrestled before, and he's mentioned that I'm actually pretty tough. I don't think I could fully
She's
take
tough,
you.
and she gets me in those submissions, and I'm done.
With my legs, I can lock him good, and he goes red, and he's like, if I get him in the right spot, I could like do like what a snake does, choke you out. But other than that, he's pretty strong too.
Yeah, I don't know.
So it depends.
I don't want to choose, man.
Yeah, it's all good. So we have our new segment, Ask a Friend.
Ask a friend. Oh.
So these questions are from Duke.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah. Who would be your dream wrestler to interview for a podcast?
Hey there,
Who would be my dream wrestler to interview for a podcast? I'd love to interview Rey Mysterio.
Really? That's awesome.
Yeah. I feel like the stories and the different conversations, like anywhere I would want to, any time period or any area of wrestling I'd want to talk about, he'd know.
Right.
So I feel like he'd have a ton of stories and he'd be a good time.
Oh yeah. So what do you have to what do you hope to accomplish as a wrestling podcaster?
I hope to become one of the main wrestling podcasts that everyone worldwide listens to so that I can get a pod in WWE and I can slowly work my way onto the panel like Sam Roberts and
Corey
Paul
Graves.
Rosenberg and Corey Graves.
Wouldn't that be
And
cool? You get to
then
sit
somehow talk my way into the office and start to manage people. You know, take it all the way to the top. Win a belt. I don't know. You know, anything can happen.
You get to go to every wrestling event.
You know, that's really my dream. My dream is for a wrestling company to call me and be like, hey, we got seats if you guys are in town. That's all I need.
Yeah,
that's when I know I've made it, you know?
Just think you'd be podcasting or whatever, and then the two wrestlers come your way, like, oh crap, get out of the way. You start like pushing everything off the table. That would be cool, right?
That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Hey, Headless Nick Stark.
Headless Ned Stark.
Sorry, thank you.
Welcome.
Sorry, that's the wrong one. What has been a podcast episode or milestone that you're most proud of?
Wonderful questions there, Duke.
Yeah, easily the Alex Shelley interview. Because I felt like we got it at a time that was crazy to get it. And I literally did not think it was going to happen. I had a list of people that we had sent emails out to that I just wanted to talk to. And he's been around for about 30 years. And he was a part of the company that AJ Styles came from, and so many other people like Samoa Joe and Jay Lethal and everybody else that kind of shaped the style of wrestling today. So I thought I'll throw it out there and, you know, just to see. And everyone else on the list was fairly gettable, and none of them responded. And he was the only one that responded.
That's so cool.
My one shot in the dark. So that was really cool. And he ended up knowing so much more than I thought he would know. And it was just, I was blown away. And he was such a nice guy. So I was like, that's definitely one of the biggest ones for me.
That is super awesome. Yeah, I enjoyed watching that. I felt the energy there on that. Yeah. What has been your favorite wrestling event you have attended?
My favorite, oh man. So I've had the liberty of being in some really cool situations. There was, so I'm not entirely sure. I've been front row at a lot at some cool stuff. I've been to an indie show where a guy like used my chair and I almost got hit with the kendo stick.
Oh wow.
In the process. Yeah, I was like that close. That was crazy. But I've also seen some really cool stuff. Like we got to see one of Undertaker's last matches. That's a big one.
Yeah.
There was one where I think Braun and Bobby Lashley were like on the row we were sitting on, and we were right at the edge. That was amazing.
Wow.
So it's kind of tied between a couple of things, but I've definitely had some moments for sure.
I think we've only been to one, right? Together?
Yeah, we've been to one together.
We're going to go to the second one, but the timing wasn't right or something. We had pretty decent seats.
Yeah, we're going to go to Montreal for that pay-per-view, Hell in a Cell. Yeah, it's finally coming to...
we just want to say hi to Slim Comics.
And more.
Good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Okay, last question from Duke. Who is a wrestler you like that Duke absolutely doesn't?
The Duke absolutely doesn't like?
Yep.
I wanted to say Charlotte, but I won't say Charlotte. He does kind of like Charlotte. It's there. It's he doesn't want to admit it, but he likes Charlotte. I'm
he doesn't
gonna
want to
say
admit it?
No, he has like a thing. But I'm gonna say probably Rhonda.
Oh,
I
okay.
really enjoy Rhonda, and I don't think
Cool.
he shares my sentiment.
He's like, nope.
Yeah.
Is that true there, Duke? You're not like Rhonda? I like her. Again, I'm not a fan of Shayna Baszler, and she's from the same sort of background. But whatever, with Rhonda, she's got the eyes, like when she comes out, she's like, I'm kicking your ass. Like you just feel it off her. With Shayna, I'm just like,
she has an energy, but you're like generally scared of Shayna.
Yeah. Like I wouldn't want to mess with her. Damn, she's a beast.
Yeah, and I think they're gonna be together for a while now.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be interesting to see. Because
that.
it looks like that feeling that you have
Yeah.
is exactly what they're using. Like Rhonda's got a badass energy, but Shane is like the one you're actually scared of.
Yeah. They're both very intense. I love that.
Yeah.
All right.
So we're moving out of the wrestling questions, and now we're jumping into trivia. These teas. Are you ready?
And Dangerous also said he's right. It's Rhonda.
It is Rhonda. It's definitely Rhonda.
Okay, so these teas. So we're gonna start with No Way Home trivia.
Okay.
From Spider-Man. If everybody knows.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You good?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. What is Spider-Man's middle name? From No Way Home.
Okay, I'm not ready.
Okay.
Oh man, I don't know that I. Hold on, let me.
Oops, caught him in a.
Yeah, wait.
And it's from No Way Home, though. This trivia so far.
Nope. Nope.
Okay.
It's Benjamin.
It is Benjamin. God darn it. See, here's the thing. I thought it was Benjamin because I remember that from the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
But I didn't know they kept his middle name in this Spider-Man No Way Home, so I wasn't sure whether I should say that.
Okay.
Darn it.
I don't know any of the trivia from No Way Home, so I'm
okay.
So yeah, it's not the same. I don't think so, except for this one, clearly. Okay. Which character tries to help Spider-Man in No Way Home?
Doctor Strange.
Yes.
But I'm gonna go with Doctor Strange.
Absolutely.
Funko and Illuminati speaks silly.
Well, he's called the Amazing Spider-Man, so I'm gonna guess his middle name is Amazing.
Nice.
Wouldn't it be Spider?
Yeah, wouldn't it be Spider? His first name would be Amazing, second name
Spider, and then Man would be last.
Yeah. Very good. Ian. Okay. What sea creature does Otto Octavius make you think of?
A lizard, not octopus. I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Okay. Obviously, that was a good one. What weapon does the Green Goblin use?
Pumpkin bombs?
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
Bombs.
Yeah.
And I was like, nope. You're like, yes, it is. Pumpkin bombs.
Yes.
Very cool. Love that. But that was from the movie with Tobey Maguire in it. Didn't he throw those?
Yeah. It's the same Green Goblin.
Yeah.
So this is the. So I'm just gonna quickly ask then: is No Way Home worth watching?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Loved it because.
Yeah, it's probably the greatest. I mean, have you seen the other two?
I've seen them. Yeah,
have you seen the past two? Have you watched all the Spider-Man movies?
Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
I watched the one with Topher Grace where he was Venom, and the Sandman and Octavius was in one, and then the Green Goblin. Yeah, I covered them all, but not No Way because it wasn't.
Then it's definitely worth the watch.
Okay, because it's not the same Spider-Man anymore.
No,
but
you'll be satisfied though.
Okay, all right. Well, then I'll definitely give it a chance. Okay, where do the villains come from in the movie?
From the multiverse.
The multiverse? Okay, it says different universes. So.
Oh well, there you go.
Give him that. Yeah.
See,
half point. Give me a half point for that.
Okay, half point. But in the other movies, they were regular guys that were. Some of them were scientists. The Sandman was just a regular guy that broke out.
They are, Angel. They are. They just got teleported to this one
area.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I don't remember anything about different universes. In
That's
the movies we
Doctor
watched.
Strange. He brings them all over.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
so that's what I'm
he's
saying.
magical.
Okay. Who gets stuck in the mirror dimension?
What's the name of my guy in the chair? Ned.
No.
Oh.
We were just talking about him a minute ago. 30 seconds ago.
Spider-Man?
No.
No. Wait, it wasn't that. I just swear it was that. We got him in the mirror dimension. Wait, we were just talking about him? Why am I blanking on this? I'm it's not the Green Goblin, is it? Is it the Green Goblin?
No, who gets stuck?
Yeah, I don't know that I know. I don't know that I know that.
Go ahead.
Okay,
Sweetie.
it's Doctor Strange.
It's Doctor Strange.
Do you remember that?
Yep.
Oh, I do remember that. Okay.
You do? Okay.
I confused myself for a second there.
Cool.
Okay.
No problem. How many Spider-Men are in No Way Home?
Oh man, I hate to spoil it for you. 3.
3.
Correct.
Yeah, I was like, huh? 3. What's going on? But I'll watch it and figure it out.
Yes, please.
What U.S. city is the movie set in?
Oh, New York.
Yes, beautiful. What is Venom?
Symbiote.
Symbiote, yes.
Mm-hmm.
What comic book did Spider-Man first appear in?
So we're jumping into
General Spider-Man questions.
Spider-Man questions.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry, I forgot to say that. So no more. No way.
I want to say his own comic. Did he start out the Amazing Spider-Man #1?
Close.
Or was it a Fantastic Four comic?
No. Well, it could
be.
I'm not sure. I haven't read this.
No, don't. If I didn't get it, I didn't get it. Tell me what it is.
Amazing Fantasy number 15.
Amazing Fantasy. See, I wouldn't have guessed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, Chase says No Way Home was fire. Cried twice. Oh crap! I'll make sure to have tissues.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's good. It's very good.
Cry. I'm easily emotional.
Yeah.
Okay. Who was the first supervillain Superman ever encountered?
Spider-Man ever encountered?
Spider-Man ever encountered. The first supervillain Spider-Man encountered. Superman. Oops.
Oh man. Comic book fans are gonna hate me.
Scooby. I know, just a Scooby there.
I'm gonna guess it wasn't Green Goblin.
I thought that too, but no.
No.
Right. Who's this person?
I actually don't know who this person is.
Yeah, I don't even know who this person is.
You don't even know who it is? Oh no. That means it's nobody that's like
easily thought of. No.
No, nobody that is known.
Well,
Craven the Hunter. I don't know.
No.
Go ahead, sweetie.
Supercharger.
Yeah, nope. Never guessed that.
Sorry. What supervillain kidnapped and murdered Peter Parker's girlfriend?
Oh my goodness.
Gwen Stacy. Hold on, her name's Gwen Stacy.
Gwen Stacy. No, that sounds like, I don't know. It wasn't a movie, but I think they might have changed it from the comics. Was it Goblin?
It was Green Goblin.
It was Green
Okay.
Goblin.
It was. Okay.
I'm like, who's Gwen Stacy?
Yeah, I know. It's
I'm
confused.
feeling
Well, Gwen
really
Stacy was like Gwen Stacy was supposed to be the original love interest of Spider-Man. And
okay.
the story is that they had people who thought Gwen Stacy was too bland in the comics. So they
Oh,
introduced like this new love interest to kind of get you back into Gwen Stacy, but instead everyone just fell in love with Mary Jane, and she
right.
became the love interest from there on.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to check that out later. Which character bullied Peter Parker in high school?
Oh, Flash Thompson.
Flash Thompson. Yes. One of the answers was Biff from
Biff.
Back to the Future. I was like, all right.
Biff from Back to the
Anyway.
Future. That's
Yeah,
funny.
you're like Biff Tannen. I'm like, that's not even the same movie. Okay. Anyway, what did Superman bring home from the first Secret Wars? Secret Wars.
Um,
Did I say
I'm-
Superman?
You did it again.
was it the
Oh,
Iron
crap.
Spider suit?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to you. It just says new costumes. I'm
New
assuming.
costume.
Yeah, what was
Yeah.
it? Gold suit?
The Iron Spider suit.
Iron Spider suit.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a lot more going on than just what I said. Clearly.
Yeah, no, there's a lot. There's a lot. Yeah.
Oh my
There's a
god,
lot.
I feel like I'm missing out. I really love the movie, so I don't know. They should put some of that stuff in the movies then.
They're
you know?
trying
Like
to.
that-
Yeah, they're trying
Okay.
to. But it's so much, you know.
It is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can see that. Who was the guest speaker at Peter Parker's high school graduation?
Dr. Osborne?
I thought that too, but no.
I'm trying to think of the professors he's been with. Because he's
Or maybe not that
been sort of
professor.
some of them.
I was thinking Octavius. Sorry, not
Is
that
it a
one.
doctor? Tell me that. Is it a doctor?
I can't tell you that because it doesn't say
Oh,
doctor. It just says
okay.
the name. It doesn't say doctor in front of it, so probably
got
not.
you. All right, then I don't know.
J. Johanna.
J. Jonah Jameson?
Yeah, sorry, Jonah Jameson. Yeah.
No, don't worry. That's a tongue twister.
Does that make
That's
sense?
funny. I never knew that. Yeah.
Who was that
That
guy?
makes sense though. He's like this he's this newspaper or like a radio personality that like hates Spider-Man.
No
for
way.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think that was in the movie either. Why did Stan Lee reject Jack Kirby as the original Spider-Man artist?
Why did he reject Jack Kirby? I don't know. I forget the story of that.
You do?
I do. I forget the story of that.
I actually had to look it up because I was very curious because it doesn't give you very much to go
I
with.
heard it once, but I don't remember.
Stan Lee, God bless his soul, but he said his drawings were too heroic. And he went with someone.
Yes. Because he wanted Spider-Man to seem like he could be anybody.
Anybody?
So if you make him look too heroic, like too spectacular, nobody's gonna relate to Thor, So he wanted somebody that was gonna make him look less superhero-y.
More like a human being?
Yeah, there you go.
More relatable, I guess?
Yeah.
Okay.
Duke says he couldn't draw feet.
He couldn't draw.
He couldn't draw feet.
That.
That's a good guess, though. That's a funny guess.
Feet and hands when I'm
Oh,
drawing.
they're hard.
It's
Yeah.
always been a struggle.
No,
for me,
they're tough.
I can see
They're
that.
tough.
Okay. What was the first Spider-Man spin-off series?
What was the first Spider-Man spin-off series?
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't Spider-Man?
It says, what was the first Spider-Man spin-off series? That's all.
Huh. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say the Venom series.
Nope. It was Spectacular Spider-Man.
Oh, okay. So it was another Spider-Man. See, that's the tough part.
Okay.
There's so many different Spider-Man comics.
Yeah, okay. I wouldn't have got it at all. Like every time we go to like comic book conventions and stuff, there's tons and tons of comic books. So that would be hard, I would think, to guess right. Okay, here's an easy one, I think. Even if you haven't seen the movies. What color is Mary Jane Watson's hair?
Oh, red.
Yes.
There we go.
Beautiful.
Was it the last?
Yeah, that's the last one.
That was the last question. Good
Yeah,
job.
good
All
job.
right. I feel like I do. I
You
feel like I may have gotten like a D or like a C
No,
minus.
you rocked it. You did really good.
I think a C.
I think a C, right?
I'm
As
saying
long as I passed, you know.
right. So now we're gonna jump into random questions. So these are gonna be fun, just playful questions that we're gonna ask you.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. What superhero should fight what wrestler?
What superhero should fight what wrestler?
Yeah. It would be a cool thing to see.
Mashup, yeah.
And it can't be Bailey because she's got that.
It can't be Bailey.
Yeah, because of her new superhero.
Not Bailey, baby. It's what's her name?
Oh, not Bailey.
Nikki?
She's Nikki. Yeah, Nikki Cross.
Yeah, she's out of that now.
Yeah, I just remember that one.
Yeah.
I just thought of that now. I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, there is somebody that actually has a superhero like gimmick. The Hurricane.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. The Hurricane should fight Green Lantern,
Oh, that would be funny.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
and they should wrestle for the Lantern Ring. That's what they should do.
And they should wrestle for the what?
For the Green Lantern Ring.
Oh, okay.
The Hurricane has a lantern ring on his shoulder, tattooed
Oh,
on it.
no way.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like sort of where he gets the gimmick from.
Chase's Kingdom asks, favorite pizza topping?
Favorite pizza topping?
Yep.
Um,
That's a good one. Yeah.
sausage.
Sausage is good.
Spicy
Yeah.
sausage or regular sausage?
Yeah, because he's just yeah.
Either one. I don't have a particular, but just sausage in general is
Good.
You
yeah,
can't
it's
go
my
wrong with sausage on
Yeah.
your pizza. I agree. Okay, so Dangerous Jobblers, or Duke, I should
Duke.
say, because not
Yeah.
to screw everyone up. Black Panther versus Roman Reigns, King of
Oh,
Wakanda
there you go. For the King of
versus
Wakanda.
Tribal Chief.
Yes, that's a good match. That's definitely a good match.
That would
I'd
be
watch
cool.
that. Yeah.
Very cool. If you could create a superhero, what would your name and power be?
What would my name and power be?
Mhm.
Oh no. Man, I don't know what my name would be. I gotta think of something really corny. I should think of the power first. I think the power would be to teleport easily.
Yeah.
Teleporting?
Okay. Yeah, like that movie Jumper, like where if I can see it, I can get there.
I
Oh,
love that.
Because I love that movie and I always thought that would be the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah.
okay. So if you could see it, you're there.
Mm.
But you have to be able
If
to
I could see
visualize.
it, I could go there.
You're
Yeah.
in a picture. In the
Oh,
house.
just look at it in a picture.
Yeah.
Boom.
Never
In the
seen
movie, the guy has like a whole wall just of different places around the world.
that. Mhm.
How cool
So he
is that?
can live like, however many different lives he wanted to. I don't know what my superhero name would be, but that would definitely be my power. I would have to think of something really corny to name myself so that I fit in with everyone else. But that'd definitely be my power.
Okay. So wait, what was that movie called?
Jumper.
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 Yeah, it's a very simple name.
Is it an older movie?
No, it's
It is a little older, but it's not like
but it's not like over the top older. Yeah, it's a good movie.
Okay. Well, I'd like to see it.
Yeah, we'll see it.
It sounds really cool. Okay. If you were a wrestler, what would your name and special move and finisher be?
Oh, see, now this one's easy.
Okay.
The other one,
Yes.
the other one was kind of hard. My name would be Stevie King.
Stevie King.
Stevie King.
Mhm.
Hey.
That'd be my name. My finisher would be I think I have it right now is this DDT that you like hook both their arms and swing your legs. It's like a Drew McIntyre DDT, but I don't know if you
Okay.
remember how he does it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
But yeah, it's like a double hook DDT where they can't really defend themselves when you go down.
Right.
But that would be the finish. And yeah.
And a special
easy.
move besides a finisher?
Same thing.
Probably the super kick
Super kick.
Nice.
All right.
because
well,
it's just the easiest one. Yeah.
all right. You've thought about this for sure. What's one romantic comedy you absolutely love?
One romantic comedy I absolutely love. That's funny.
Yeah.
But I have a few answers to that, but I'll give you my best one.
Okay.
It's a movie with Ryan Gosling and Steve Carell called Crazy Stupid Love.
Oh, I've heard of that.
That's a really good one. That
You
one's
like that one?
hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about the others that you had in mind?
The others I had in mind, 50 First Dates is always hilarious.
Yeah.
I love that one.
50 First Dates, Crazy Stupid Love, and this movie I'm trying to get Mrs. Jobber to watch with me, with Steve Carell and Dane Cook.
Mhm.
Oh, that sounds good. I love those two.
Oh my goodness, it's I think it's called This Is 40. No, it's called Dan in Real Life. That's what it's called.
Dan
It's
in
called
real life.
Dan in Real Life. Yeah, Dan in Real Life is great.
I kind of want to find it out too because I love Dane Cook and Steve
Yeah.
Carell. You can't go wrong.
Yeah.
See, there you go.
Absolutely.
All right.
One thing on your bucket list that you must do before you die. It's like a have to.
Attend a WrestleMania.
Attend a WrestleMania.
I like that. Yeah.
Oh, that would be
I
really
got to.
Absolutely. Better save up.
It
Because they're
Yes.
expensive. Is it expensive to go? Like, we were looking at concerts.
Oh
is.
yes.
Well,
Oh yes.
yeah,
Since the
it's-
coronavirus and everything.
no, it's just double
inflation.
because it's such a big event, you know.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay. It's not
Yeah.
just that.
Yeah.
It's
And they do like football stadiums every year,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
and they sell out almost every year too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Love to go to one of those too. Okay, so we gotta save
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Hopefully one year it comes to Canada, you know.
Yeah,
Next year it's coming to Philly, so we're saving to do that.
Oh, sick.
We're saving to see it in Philly.
That'd be really cool. If you were an animal, which one would you pick?
Yeah. A lion.
A lion? Because
Yeah. They've always been one of my favorite animals. I always would joke to people that I was gonna get one when I get really rich. I get a lion. Because it just seemed like a funny pet to just like have around
Right.
to scare the crap out of people.
What's his name with the tattoo on his face?
Mike Tyson.
Yeah, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Have-
Yeah,
follow
I would
another-
always have that joke. Like, I'm gonna get a lion and I'll name him Fluffy, like the most
Fluffy.
unintimidating name in the world
Oh,
to just have
Lions-
around.
Yeah.
They're beautiful creatures, but
Yeah,
one
very, very terrifying.
Yeah. very, very terrifying. Okay, it's funny that was it
Chase's Kingdom.
or Crispers, I think it was, but said about us who would win. I actually put that question in here. I said, if you and Duke were wrestlers, who would win in a match?
That's funny.
oh, me by a long shot.
You by a long shot.
Duke would take too many risks, and he'd put himself through a table jumping from something he didn't need to jump from. And I would easily win after that. I would capitalize on his injury.
Chase Kingdom says great white shark.
Oh God, what's wrong with you,
Headless
Chase?
asks what our cat's name is. Her name is Rosie.
Yeah, she's really wanting attention right now.
Yeah, Duke.
Don't worry, after.
Duke says panda. I would love
Panda.
I don't think they have a grumpy bone in their body,
Panda.
right? Or aggressive pandas.
I agree. I'll go through a table.
He'd go through. See, he knows.
Yeah.
Okay,
He'd
so
have me for most of it, but he'd jump off something super high and fall and miss, and I just win right there.
I could see Duke probably because he's a little bit smaller in size, being a high flyer.
Yeah,
and you
Definitely.
being more of a
ground and pound.
ground and pound.
You
yeah.
got it. That's exactly
I
what.
think so.
That's the dynamic.
That's really cool. Okay. Yeah, it's your turn now, actually. Yeah, there you go, my love.
Yep. So we have a couple more questions, and then that's the end of the show. So, favorite food?
Excuse me again.
Is it bad that if I say pizza?
No.
Oh my God.
Let's go with cheesesteaks or pizza.
Cheesesteaks. I haven't had a
That
cheesesteak
sounds
before.
good.
Being from Philly, a cheesesteak is
I've heard that's where you're from, right?
everything. Yes.
So it's true then that Philly cheesesteaks are the
shit
things
neck.
to eat from there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is it just cheese and like slices of steak? Not real. Like not steak, but,
It depends on what you want on it.
Oh, okay.
I'm crazy, so I get mine with the works, which is pretty much everything.
Onions,
Peppers, tomatoes, yeah, everything.
Oh yeah.
But some people just get them plain, but any way you have them, they're delicious. So,
All right. Well, next time if we ever go, that's what we're gonna be doing.
Biggest fear
that I'm gonna wake up one day and be in a Saw game. That's my
God.
biggest fear.
A Saw from the movie?
Like Saw.
Yes.
Holy crap! Let's hope that's not. We were just talking about that on Halloween.
Yeah.
Like, that was one of my scariest movies that I like. That one's hard to watch.
Chase's Kingdom says a panda will mess you up.
Vicious creatures. Oh, really? Okay, I didn't
Pandas
think
are vicious. Oh no.
I thought because all the eucalyptus leaves and stuff, which have that component that make you like kind of like weed does, like relaxes you, sort of thing. They'd be like, "What up, bud?" sort of thing.
Headless. We already asked that question earlier.
Yeah,
in the
we
show.
did. We did. That. Oh my God, Mr. Christmas, he is so unique. This guy.
Yeah.
That's your biggest fear. That's on my bucket list.
I mean, if you want to come out deformed, man, that's a rough game to be in.
Damn.
So our last two questions is: do you have anything up and coming? Anything that you want to promote that you want to talk about?
Well, the show is starting back up this week. So on Monday, if you're on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever, just look up Dangerous Jobbers. You can Google it, find it anywhere you want. So the show should be back Monday. We've been taking a couple weeks off because I got married. So so we should be coming back soon. So that's the only thing we got right now until we get our next guest, whoever that may be.
Right.
Oh, very cool.
So our final and last question is: do you have any questions for us?
I do, actually. So I pulled this up. I said, so what is your dream interview?
Oh.
My dream interview is coming in the new year. I can't say who it is, but my dream interview is coming up in the new year.
Awesome.
For you?
Anybody that you see back here that's a Funko maybe something from Disney, or maybe Tim Burton would be really cool.
That would be a great one.
I would really like to understand like what goes on in his head to make these amazingly crazy movies. But those are like really far-fetched. We're not that big yet.
We've had voice actors.
Although, absolutely. That was really fun. Anthony was a lot of fun.
Jason.
or Anthony Jason. Yeah, he was like crazy, a lot of fun. That
Yeah.
voice actor. But we'd like to have more of those in the future, if possible. You know.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
think
that sounds awesome.
I don't think I'd have to get a lot of courage to talk to like a wrestler, or like I said, to it would be a lot. Like, oh my god, this person's talking to us. You know.
Yeah, I know when we were having ours, it was overwhelming.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, it was so much better than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
And we already thought it was going to be great. So that's always an awesome feeling.
And what you said too, you most of people have said as well, like a lot of wrestlers, they seem very like crazy on screen and stuff, but really in real life they're really down to earth.
Mhm.
And, it seems like that though. I don't know if all of them, maybe some of them are jerks,
Yeah,
but it always seems like they're really nice people.
Yeah, we've
Mhm.
So
So what's one of the biggest collections you guys have?
biggest collection.
Oh, I have two. It's definitely going to be music and anime are my biggest.
Yeah.
Disney.
Disney.
Yeah,
By far.
she has a lot. Of,
Yep.
That's
And
cool.
okay, so Headless, you said, who are you going one-on-one with? Jason, Freddie, or Michael? Okay.
Jason, Freddie, or Michael? Not Jason. I don't know that I'd go one-on-one. Well, Michael's looked pretty beatable lately, if you've seen the last movie.
I haven't seen it yet, but I've been told. Gotta see it.
It's not worth it, guys.
No? Okay.
It's very bad. Like, I'm not even being like one of those people that just hates movies. Like, I really wanted to like it, and it's not great. It's not great. Maybe Freddie, even though I've always thought Freddie was the scariest.
Yeah.
Because he's like the one that's kind of your most defenseless against. At least you can run from Michael Myers and Jason.
Yeah.
Freddie was always like the one you can't really hide from.
Mm-hmm.
You almost had to confront him to beat him.
Yeah.
No, but I would pick Freddie because it's in your dreams. And if you're aware of your dreams, like some people when you're asleep, you're asleep, like you don't realize it. But if you can train your brain to realize that you're dreaming, apparently you can control your dreams. So if I could control my dreams, I could make myself much bigger than him, or I could somehow use energy to push him, or you know what I mean? Like you could change anything.
That's why he would be my answer now.
Yeah. Right. With Jason and Michael, like they're 10 times bigger than I am. I mean, all I could
apparently they're track stars because you can never get away from them.
Yeah. Right. So I agree with you about Freddie for sure. And Gambins.
Hey.
Gallery, thank you for joining us. We're actually almost done.
Up, yeah.
I'm glad that you came along anyway. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Is that all your questions, or you have a?
No, I got a couple more. So, in the beginning, did you seek out Funkos, or did they just kind of happen for you? Like, how did you get into collecting them? Because I know for me, it just kind of became through like being on YouTube and doing like lives and getting one as a gift and here and there, and then all of a sudden I have enough to fill a shelf. Yeah. So how did it happen for you guys?
So we just basically just walked into a GameStop and saw some, and we're like, these are we did. These are interesting. I wonder if there's any different ones. Like I saw Gaara from Naruto, and I fell in love right away, and she found Harley Quinn. And she fell in love right away.
But I followed suit with you. At first you saw it, and I was like, oh, those are kind of cool.
Yeah.
And you just kind
of down the road.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. I'm not close to you guys, but I'm getting there. I got a couple racks filled, but
I can see some in the back there.
Yeah, they're back there. They're not a whole lot, but there's like a 4 or 5 shelf.
Okay.
I think the last one I had was, how have you guys been able to keep the podcast going for so many, well, not so many, but like all these years?
It's been
Where
a
do you find it to be, what's the one thing that keeps it so easy to come back to?
The people.
It's the people.
It's the people, the interesting
100%.
people we get to interview. It always brings us back. It's just fun getting to know a person, like what they're into, and it makes us closer to that person as friends as well. So I think that's
all the different opinions and like
thoughts.
walks of life,
Yeah.
and it's very, very like interesting. And then like you take away something from each podcast, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the experience, I think, and definitely, like you said, the people. But it's mostly him doing the networking, though, getting people to want to be. He's good at, I don't go on social media as much as he does. He's like, oh, this person looks cool, or that person.
Oh yeah, I do weeks and weeks of research on the person to see if they would be a good fit on our show.
You also got to be careful who you're asking.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
And I'm still learning how to navigate TikTok, like I was saying earlier. So, and I'm glad that you brought up the whole TikTok thing, because for podcasts, for you guys and for us, I think it would be helpful to get us the guests to see us, get more exposure.
And we're also planning to move forward on other platforms with our podcast. Like,
that's the other thing.
We're just working on doing that, because we're not sure how to do that just yet.
Because they're on Spotify.
You're on Spotify and Apple and everything. We want to get to that point
to give other people a variety of whatever their
people in.
Yeah, whatever their platform is. You know. Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. For sure.
That's awesome. The people. That's a great answer.
The people.
Right. So that's the last question.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Those are good.
Awesome. They were great questions.
I like
really
those.
Appreciate those.
Thank you.
Just want to say we really appreciate you being on our show.
Oh man, thank you guys. Thanks for having me. It's been a lot of fun.
The better half of Dangerous Travelers. Duke's gonna hate me now. I was just kidding, Duke. You guys are really good, by the way, with your podcasts and everything. You guys definitely have a really good chemistry together.
Yeah, very good flow.
Absolutely.
Thanks. We're really happy to had you both on our podcast. I think that's amazing.
And they have their own unique opinions.
Yes.
But they're respectful of each other's and other people's opinions, you know?
Yes.
I really, really appreciate that part.
So this has been another episode of the Funko Friends podcast. Thank you, everybody in the chat, for coming in. Yeah. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for being here this weekend. And I hope whatever you guys do next week, you have a good week. And we'll see you next time.
And for our next show, will be on Sunday at 4:00 p.m. Eastern.
Yes.
We're going to have Les Ketchum. I'm hoping I'm saying that right.
Yeah, Last
Ketchum. There we go. Lassie. Check that out next Sunday.
So stay tuned for that one. Yeah. Take care.
All right. Have a good night, guys.